So you had your friends over for a study session, huh? How do you know? Nothing gets by me. I own the place, remember? I can tell what goes on here just by looking at the tables. Okay, that's some kind of weird voodoo right there. But, let's see here. I'm already bummed about the test coming up. I'm in trouble for anything that's not English. I haven't been studying at all. Imagine doing well in an English class. Could be me. Oh, maybe we can make some progress if we keep an eye on each other. Want to study together? That sounds like a unique hangout. That's not just like the typical, you know, meet up and generic thing where what happens. That sounds like a more unique thing or Bob. So I'd be tempted to see what's going on there. Are you free today? We can play a match right now if you'd like. I'll instruct you all we can play. Whereas that sounds like, you know, the kind of thing that can happen anytime. So wait, so do I have a, yeah, I do. I can, you know, get extra bond with Anne because of that. So maybe that's what I'll do. Because then we get the opportunity to study and stuff. I'm so glad I don't have to worry about studying right now with, you know, my finals done. Oh yeah, I was gonna tell like the quick story of something out of context that doesn't really make much sense. So, I remember, like, at this restaurant last night, one of the, I was talking about, like, my classes and stuff, the classes that I had taken this past week. And I talked about my class that was on the understanding of the body in the Middle Ages, or the medieval period, whatever. And I had mentioned to, you know, a couple people that were listening at the time that, you know, my professor for the class was basically, I don't remember if he was the world's leading expert or one of the world's leading experts, but one of the leading experts in the field of Jesus's foreskin, which is like such a weird niche thing that you basically never hear about someone being an expert in. That's pretty wacky there, but you know, I mentioned that there and that got some laughs around. But you know, with like a big conversation going around like this table here, there's probably like 10 of us or something there. You know, there's multiple conversations going on at once, so you know, it's not like the whole table heard. So I forget what the context was later, but I don't remember what was asked to me, and it might have been, you know, what I had written my paper on. It might have been what kind of stuff I did for content on my channel, but whatever the prompt was, one of the people who had heard it earlier had given like the joke answer of like, oh, it's on Jesus's foreskin, and one of the people who was part of that conversation hadn't heard the prior conversation, so he just had like the weirdest look on his face, just being like, you know, that's you know, usually I'm down for, you know, all kinds of jokes, but that one's pretty out there and weird to make that as like a joke. So I saw the expression on his face. I was like, oh, you didn't hear the conversation earlier, did you? He was like, no, what? So we filled him in, and that was so funny. He just thought that like one of these other people around the table blurred out Jesus's foreskin to like fill in the answer, like out of nowhere, completely unprompted, and his look of confusion on his face was like, you know, kind of the awkward smile trying to play along, like, I see you're trying to make a joke here, but no, that's pretty weird. Anyway, it was that. Man, I wish I remembered the full context behind it. It was so funny though. Just the expression on his face. Anyway, yeah, I think I'll go do the hangout with Anne. It's 1 in the morning. I would usually be able to go for probably several more hours late night chilling, but after, you know, that last night, like, my sleep is all out of whack, and I actually am starting to get, like, a smidge tired. So I think tomorrow I'm gonna go to Mementos, because Mementos will still take me some time going around doing those, like, 5 or 6 requests that I have. So, like, I'll probably spend the rest of the stream doing that after this, and then call it a night. Make your next video essay about that? What, Jesus's foreskin? You know, after my final exam in my history class, I don't think I've talked about this during Persona yet, because I think that this is my first Persona stream since wrapping up my finals. My professor, he was super chill. He let us listen to music with headphones if we wanted during the final exam. He let us move to a warmer room in the middle of the final exam. We could get up and leave anytime that we wanted to and come back. Like, he was like, yep, bodies need attention, just go do whatever you have to do. He was super chill. The point is, he took us to the campus bar after the final exam was done. And apparently, as a professor, he wasn't allowed to buy us drinks. But he bought snacks to, like, go across the table and be shared and stuff like that. He was super nice. It was a small class. There was only 12 of us. But, you know, he was super wholesome there. But while we were at, like, the on-campus bar, and a lot of people had drinks that, you know, they had ordered for themselves, but since I don't drink, I was just drinking water there. But as everyone's, like, drinking alcohol and stuff like that, I forget how we got to the conversation. But the professor eventually asks us if he had told us the story of Jesus' foreskin, like, after the medieval period. Because we had talked about it, like, in the context of, like, the time period that we were studying, but not past that. And we were just like, no, I don't think you had told the story of, like, how it led into today. And, professor was like, okay, that must have been one of my other classes I told too. I'll tell you the story then. So we're all, like, eagerly, you know, intently listening in this bar about what the story after the medieval period about Jesus' foreskin was. And apparently, how it went is, like many old relics, it would be one of those things where there were several around the world that would claim to be the real one, but there's no way to know, like, which one is the real one, if any one is even the real one. I doubt that any one of something like that would be able to be the real one. But, you know, it was something that was held in high esteem and, like, a worshipped relic and stuff like that. But, apparently it was in, I believe he said 1517, so around the time of, like, you know, big reforms in the church and stuff that was going on with Martin Luther, that, you know, a lot of people were losing faith in the church. And the church was like, we need people to come back. How are we gonna do that? You know, I think we gotta get rid of some of our weird shit. So they started getting rid of some of their weird shit, and they stopped officially worshipping, like, Jesus' foreskin after that point. It was still worshipped in, like, some areas and some churches that claimed to have the real one, so there were still some circles that had it. But, like, as the, you know, big overall thing, it stopped being part of, like, you know, part of the main studied things around that time. And apparently, I don't remember if our professor said the year that this happened, but apparently the church one day had said, like, we're gonna officially say that all these, like, cases of people claiming they have Jesus' foreskin around the world, none of them are real. But if one is real, it's in this small little town just outside of Rome. Again, to reiterate, none of them are real, but if one's real, it's that one. Is apparently what they said. And apparently this was held, like, you know, was kept really safe and secure and stuff like that. It would never be brought out. Apparently there was one year where, as a special exception, on January 1st, they were allowed to take the holy foreskin briefly out of the church. The reason why it was January 1st is because that's basically, like, the 8th day of Christmas, the 8th day of, like after Jesus' birth, and the day that Jesus would have gotten circumcised, so that's the reason why January 1st was, like, super important there. And it was able to be taken out of the church, brought around the church, and brought back into the church, and that's, like, all it spent outside. And the professor told us that apparently where it was kept was under the bed of the priest. So when he told us that, I was like, wait, at the priest's, like, home? And the professor was like, yes, but, like, his home is, like, kind of built into the church. And apparently it existed there for a long time in this small town outside of Rome until 1983. So 40 years ago, it went missing. And it's unknown how it went missing. It's unknown if someone stole it, if maybe the priest sold it, or if maybe the greater church was just like, yeah, this thing with the holy foreskin, this is so weird, we have to get rid of it so people aren't weirded out by this. And there's some theories that maybe the overall church might have executed, like, a raid on it to just get rid of it once and for all and, like, not be associated with it anymore. So that's possible. But apparently, the quote-unquote real holy foreskin has been missing for the past 40 years, and it's unknown what happened to it. And it's a big mystery. So that's the story that we heard on the bar on campus, like, 3 days ago. After final exams were done. The story of Jesus' foreskin up until today, and, like, the last known records of it. So, the more you know. Never be able to get that knowledge out of your head now. I know I certainly won't be able to. So, you know, the more you know. Fun fact there about one of the weirdest topics there. Yeah, it is actually kind of interesting, though, isn't it? I told this story during Pokemon Scarlet as we approached the Pokemon League as well. So there's that. Yeah. Who says that, like, live streamed content? Who says that Twitch, YouTube, and, you know, watching people playing video games can't be educational? Name any other gaming channel on the internet where you could have learned about the story of the holy foreskin. But you can't. You're a big help, and let's meet at the diner in Shibuya. Alright, yeah, let's go study and stuff. So, yeah, there's that. So, our professor told us that. in a bar like 3 days ago. A long sentence is tough. Try to think about what the underline section means. Are you starting to understand how to dissect these problems? I think so. Apparently I'm encyclopedic, so I guess I'm pretty smart. In-game, not in real life. I'm so jealous when you get a one-on-one study session with Lady Anne. Harmonia, it's not one-on-one if you're here. Seems like you're making more progress than usual, too. Oh, wow! Wait, do I not, like, is this literally just for knowledge, then? It's not for rank up support with Anne? In which case, I'm gonna undo the timeline. I'm actually not so good at this because of my time abroad. Anyway, time to study. Here we go. Okay, no, we still do make progress in this confidant. I think we good. Think you could help me with math next? Sure. Math used to be like my best subject until I took calculus. I'm so tired. Let's stop here. I would have failed that course if it wasn't for an awesome teacher. Come on, show us your faces. Maybe on Wednesday, not this Tuesday, but well, hey, do you know there's gonna be a summer festival in Odaiba? Summer festival, huh? How can anyone eat so much fatty food when it's so hot out? Man, you just don't get it. It's because it's hot out that we eat all that meat. Come on, let's go check it out. I'll treat you to a skewer. Summer festival, huh? You think they'll have any A5 beef there? What the heck is A5 beef? Well, you should worry about finals first. Once those are over, it'll be summer vacation, so stay focused. I've never heard of A5 beef before. You sunk my beef battleship.
My hope rests with the Phantom Thieves.
I'm so glad the Phantom Thieves are all over the news. Yeah, they've really taken off since the whole Kamoshida thing. The legend of Phantom Thieves started at our school. We're practically one of them. And who can't relate to what they're doing? Punishing corrupt adults up to no good. Police should take notes. Now, there's a whole process to what police are allowed to do. I think if the police were just allowed to go and do anything, that would be a very scary world to live in. I mean, there are already some places in the world where, you know, the actions of the police might be a little bit sketchy at times. US. People sure are making a fuss even though it's right before exams. Behind Kamoshida's arrest are the Phantom Thieves, a mysterious group that changes people's hearts. If I recall, there were some similar rumors back during the business with Kamoshida-kun. Helping the weak and crush the strong, truly a modern legend of Gentleman Thief. In the long history of humans, the Gentleman Thief has been seen briefly during times of turmoil. Now then, please look at this picture. It's my cat. Kusakun! What do you want from me? What is that move? Suplex? I don't know wrestling stuff, but no, a backbreaker. What am I getting? Why am I saying suplex? Get back broken in a hot second. Picture depicts the final moments of Ishikawa Goemon.
Do you know the answer?
He did something during the Sengoku period that had him and his family boiled to death, not back broken to death. Oh wait, is that the dudo in the middle there? Is getting boiled and is lifting someone up being like, no, you're not gonna get boiled, or like, I'll postpone your boiling, or something. You know what he did? I don't know, he probably invested in NFTs. Or something else, like, similarly shitty. We were talking about thieves, so it's gotta be thievery, right? Yeah, it has to be. Oh, fun fact about thievery. One of my, my final paper that I turned in for this class on, like, the understanding of the body in the medieval period, which, if anyone actually wants to read my paper, I posted it in, like, the story time in the Discord server. One of the notes that I touched on there, which was something that I find kind of interesting, is how in the medieval period, they basically would give people the death sentence in different manners depending on the severity of their crime. Where the more severe your crime was, the less intact your body's gonna be. Because the way that it was seen is that, you know, your body that you die in is basically how you're gonna be, you know, is how you're gonna be in the afterlife, is the way they saw it. So thieves will be hung, so it's like you die, but, you know, your body's still intact. Murderers would be beheaded, so, you know, your head is the thing that's supposed to be the closest to God, so by beheading, it was basically like an act of shame there, cutting off, like, the thing that's closest to God and not having your body be completely full. And traitors were dismembered. So your body's not intact at all. So, fun little fact there.
This is it.
And again, if anyone wants to read the full paper and share some thoughts, it's there. It's one of the wackiest papers I've ever written. I'd be interested to hear if anyone's what anyone thinks. Ishikawa Goemon is Japan's most famous thief. Very popular, and some call him a gentleman thief. By the way, Goemon Bath comes from his name. Only stealing from the rich and powerful, and sharing with the poor. Goemon's exploits have been documented in many forms of media, like kabuki and novels. Wow, really? Kurosaki seems kind of smart, doesn't he?
Nice.
Wow, you must be really smart to be able to answer a question like that. Wow, I'm so smart. I kind of hope that I don't, you know, max out my knowledge to 5 early and then feel really crummy about getting more points that just wouldn't contribute to anything anymore. However, it's actually unclear whether or not Goemon was indeed a gentleman thief. Rebelling against Hideyoshi, whose campaign had failed, propaganda by the government to sully his name, the gentleman thief Goemon may be no more than an illusion made by varying motivations. Also, if I look at my progress on ranking up Anne and I don't see that she's ready to rank up, like if that last session didn't do it, if it was mostly focused on giving me 3 knowledge points and just a smidge of support with Anne, then I might just undo the timeline is what I might do. And go spend time with someone else. Because I don't think I need the knowledge points right now, you know? I can probably use it elsewhere. In actuality, most heroes and gentlemen thieves throughout history are something like that.
Yep.
Let's make sure people don't think we're an illusion. But before that, you need to study for the exams that are starting tomorrow. Because, like, our knowledge is pretty good. Our social stats in general are, you know, pretty alrighty. You know, what kind of seems like.
It's open.
Come in. Wait, but it's not.
Welcome.
It's not voice, so. Oh, you're the student council president, Nijima-san, correct?
Excuse me.
Sorry for coming by so suddenly.
It was nothing.
Oh no, everyone's permitted to stop by whenever they like. I know the phrase counseling session can make some people feel nervous. I don't know why my brain auto-filled the word feel in there, even though that's not what the text says. But don't be. I mean, it's a natural thing for, like, a brain to look at the beginning and the end of a sentence, or the beginning and end of a word, and just auto-fill the rest, so, considering you're the student council president, I'd rather they didn't force you to come here at all, actually.
No.
Well, I was advised to come, but I still chose to do it on my own.
Good.
Oh, good. Glad to hear it. But please, there's no need to be concerned about my being here. Feel free to discuss anything with me. You're the one that's supposed to be here to discuss anything. Right.
Yes.
So I shall. You're sounding more like the counselor in here than I am.
I see.
Excellent grades, exemplary conduct. Wow, you appear to be the ideal honor student.
No.
Oh, not at all. In fact, quite the opposite. I'm actually a bit of a mess, and I always have to turn to others for help. Well, you sure had me fooled. Even still, getting help isn't a bad thing at all. In fact, it's wonderful that you have a support system. Indeed. Especially lately. I feel like I can't do anything right by myself nowadays. Did something go wrong for you?
Yes.
Yes, but it's nothing major. I've come to understand all too well that it's a bad idea taking on more of a burden than one should. You really do seem like someone with a mature sense of responsibility. However, that might be why people around you, especially the adults who should be protecting you, rely on you so much. Adults who should be protecting me? Had I been clever enough to understand that earlier, things may have gone a bit differently for me. You think so? You live alone with your older sister. I see. Pardon my saying so, but it seems you've been through quite a lot.
But...
Honestly, it only felt like the norm to me. But our lack of adult guardians has to have been hard on my sister, even now as well. And I'd be lying if I said it wasn't hard for me too. Do you still remember them? Your parents? Yes.
Hey, so...
Not as much about my mother, admittedly, but my father, without a doubt. In fact, now that I think about it, I may well have grown to be a bit uptight because of that.
I see.
Is that so? And are you doing okay now? Is your support system adequate?
Well...
That's not as if I have a team of employees or anything, but I do have people that I'm able to rely upon well. Of course, I'd never think of them as replacements for my father or my sister. No one could replace either of them. What I've lost won't ever come back. I just need to keep my chin up and push towards my future.
Quite.
I like the way you put that. No one can ever be replaced, yet we need to keep pushing towards our future. Should anything come up that you want help with, I'll be there to support you, though my skills are pretty limited. Thank you. I appreciate the kind words. We're seeing these royal exclusive counseling sessions. We'll be ready for your exams. Should I actually commit to doing exams and then go to mementos and then wrap up the stream? It'd be pretty sad if the leader of the Phantom Thieves got bad grades. I mean, no one else would know that they're the leader of the Phantom Thieves. And yeah, you could well be right, Sate. As for anyone watching this on YouTube after the fact that knows what I'm replying to there, since it's not showing up on screen, you'll never know. It's a mystery. Got plans today? So always let me know if something comes up. Maybe. Let's see here. Exams are coming up. Have your studies been going well? Let me give you a general idea of what they were like when I was a second year. What do you think? Want to study together? I mean, I don't need the knowledge. I'm smart, I think. So hold on. Whoa, wait. Can I check if I'm, like, close to ranking up? Will it say? No? It shows, like, pressing A on the top right there as if I can check specifically there. But it doesn't really do anything. But yeah, so there's, like, the story progress one. I know we're at 6. The story progress one that we're at 5. Just started Makoto. Recently started Yusuke. Have, like, a little smidge of Sojiro there. Ryuji's, like, my best pal right now. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to, like, look up what thingamabobs I need to combine there to get that. You maxed out your first confidant? Who is it? Is it Sojiro? No, I mean, it could well be. Yeah. These are all my thingamabobs there. Okay. Yeah, I don't think I need to study, per se. What took at me? Okay, I should have figured. I should have figured there. I mean, hold on. Whoa, wait. Let's see here. So there's Ryuji. Yusuke can go up. Takemi can go up when I get more points. Yeah, I don't know what the heck is going on with Anne. I can go hang out with Yusuke. Stuff is what I can do. Because, yeah, I don't think I need to study, right? I don't know. Is it basically like a hangout session where I can rank up with them too? Should I just go do that with Makoto? I don't know. I kind of want to spend some time with Yusuke. I haven't done that in forever. You know, we did it that initial time and then never again, so.
I'll just add this.
Sure. Sure, we'll hang out with, actually, wait. Do I want to go to Mementos right now and spend this day like that? And then do the quest and then wrap up the stream, or do I want to do finals? Because it was, what, the 14th, right? Or, like, the following Monday? Does it show on the calendar? It's not too far ahead, is it? Okay, so final exams start, like, tomorrow, then. So how about I do finals, and then we do, like, Mementos requests, and then I wrap up the stream? I can stay awake that long, right? I can commit.
Hello.
Ah, ammonia. After all, I am trying to, you know, get as much done during winter break channel-wise to, you know, make it easier on me in January. The station is always full of people, so it's just the perfect spot for people watching. By the way, if you have any business here. Also, at this point, I think that this series is probably well into February uploads-wise, and is probably over 100 parts by now. It's currently the 22nd of December, so I think I'm, you know, getting pretty on top of things with this series. But, you know, sooner it's done, then, sooner I can worry about committing to other things. Ryuji is your first max confidant. He's your favorite teen confidant, followed by Mishima. Say your favorite adult confidant is Sojiro/Dad. Yeah, Sojiro's pretty solid there. I definitely have a lot of respect for him. Mishima, I find really interesting, and if I ever do, like, a video essay on this game, or just video essays on, like, a specific aspect of this game, I'd be intrigued to do one just on, like, the arguments that Mishima's character makes about those that, like, try to gain the role of, like, an influencer or a content creator, that go in with all these grandiose expectations about what social status it's gonna give them. Like, the way Mishima portrays it is like, yeah, there's a lot of people that, you know, kind of go through that kind of experience, but that's not the ones that you hear about. That's not the kind of content creators or influencers or attempted influencers that you look up to and hear about. Those are, you know, probably most cases that, you know, fizzle out and you don't really hear about. Which I guess will probably go somewhere for him eventually down the line, what with, you know, Phantom Thieves getting more and more popular. But you know what, it's interesting there. Sojo's one of the best ones for sure. We got into Mishima's Is It Good? As someone who's a content creator, it's really interesting because he very much sees it as, like, by having this Phantom Thieves website and being, like, associated with the Phantom Thieves, like, this is going to buy him popularity and social status and a girlfriend and stuff like that. And he's, you know, disappointed when stuff isn't working out like that. And I feel like it draws arguments about those who try to get into content creation from the perspective of, like, doing this is going to get them, like, the social status and recognition that they're striving for, and then wind up being really disappointed when it doesn't. Like, you should, anyone who goes into content creation should go in, like, without expectations on it. Like, do it for fun. you know, completely, rather than going in a case like Mishima, where it's like, I'm gonna do this and it's gonna get me the recognition that I deserve. And I think that that makes some really fascinating arguments as someone who has gone down the path of content creation, you know. I must have a wealth of free time if that is your decision. I'd like to speak with you about the painting I developed in Mementos. Do you have time? So if I ever do start making video essays on just specific aspects of games, which I kind of started with Live Alive, but I might, you know, start doing more, I'd be very tempted to do a video essay just on Persona 5's Mishima. Are you telling me I'm not gonna be a millionaire when I drop your Dread review? I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news here, Sate. I'm sorry to break it to you. But yeah, it's pretty neat. You know, you should go into content creation. Expect you to beat your record at reaching affiliate. Yeah, the one, the Mad Lad Carvia here, where one of the requirements for affiliate is streaming at least 7 days, and Carvia did it in 6. Despite the rules there. Because, yeah, that's it. Totally makes sense. How's your caller? Spend time with Yusuke? Yeah, we'll hang out with him. I hope you do not find it too disturbing. Wait for me over at LeBlanc. I will bring the painting. Alright, sure, let's go. Let's do that. It smells so boosty here all of a sudden.
Hear me out.
This is the completed form of my drafting. I would like your honest opinion, if you would. It looks like the bagel from Everything Everywhere All at Once. It's enigmatic.
Yes.
As it should be. I do not paint for the sake of others' comprehension. Regardless, this is how I choose to interpret the idea of design.
Indeed.
It is the foul charm held deep within the abyss of the heart. To be honest, I believe my ability to capture desire so elegantly is all due to our Mementos foray. I have grown to understand the intricacies of the heart in a way I had once thought impossible.
To tell the truth.
Ammonia, I intend on submitting this piece to an upcoming public art exhibition. Nobody has seen the abyss of the heart in such a raw manner before. The discourse will be fascinating. More importantly, it shall be the spark that revitalizes my slumbering art career. I can't wait. I actually think it looks really cool. Like, you know, there's so much... I hate things that are like modern art museums. It's like, oh, here's a randomness all over the place. Oh, but it's super symbolic. You know, you just don't understand the symbolism. I like stuff like this where it's like, it could be symbolic, but it's also like beautiful and like a really crazy work, you know? Indeed. I expect you to accompany me for the moment it is finally revealed to the general public. If I had a painting like that, I'd hang that up on my wall. I'm sure this will be a most sensational experience for those who opt to undergo it. A raw, unbridled look into the depths of the human psyche. And I was the one who was able to bring it to life, all thanks to your assistance.
Thank you.
You have my sincerest gratitude. No problem, man. I feel like my bond with Yusuke is growing deeper. Cool, I don't know if I'll get anything at rank 2. Yeah, nothing at rank 2, but bam! Rank up. Cool, your Emperor Confidant has increased to rank 2. And now, yada yada. I deeply anticipate the public reaction at the exhibit. But for now, I should be going. My apologies for disturbing you.
See you.
Farewell. I saw Yusuke off to the station. Better clean up. Why? Because I'm too boosted here? What's, is that what's going on? Whoa, what happened to the lighting? Is this, like, it's like orangey and stuff. You know, there was this one time, back when I was working at Weiss Johnson in duct cleaning, I don't know what was going on. There's like some recent forest fire that had happened in like the nearby province, and there was something weird going on with the moon. But it's like the sky was orange for like a day. It was so weird. It was like gray, smoky, and orangish all over the place. And I remember when we went off to work that day, our boss, like as we were heading off, he was like, "You guys be careful out there, considering the Twilight Zone shit that's going on." Is what he told us. It was so weird. Well, thank you again for earlier. Getting a raw, unfiltered opinion was invaluable. I was even able to come up with a new interpretation thanks to your help. So I don't know if that's what's going on here right now, but I'm on a roll right now. I shall keep up this momentum and apply it to the Phantom Thieves as well. So this kind of weird lighting in the real world, I have seen it before, just one day. All right, doing enough. No, I can guide us to even further greatness. Your very presence amplifies my ambition. What a strange fellow you are. I can hardly wait to hear back about the public exhibition, so I can share the joy with you. I will contact you again later. Expect good news. I will, because that actually was a pretty cool art piece, not gonna lie. was pretty neat.
Ah,
It's already pretty late. Guess I should head home. Let's see here. No, leave me alone. Have any info that I can turn into an article? I'm at Crossroads right now. And it can be anything, so come talk to me. Can I talk about how boosted Carvey is? But yeah. First, you don't know the glorious Fahrenheit. Now you've never seen a sunset. It was throughout the day. It wasn't like one part of the day. It was like all day long. Wow, exams soon, but I know that it's a sarcastic thing. Their exams are coming up soon. You're not gonna jump on something without me, right? Right? If you're gonna do it, you wanna do it together? I'm in serious trouble. I mean, hold on. Let's see here. Yeah, can't start EY there. It doesn't really show Ryuji on the thingamabob. Up. Oh yeah. No. Akechi can hang out, but it's not gonna go up yet. I think when I was looking on the thingamabob that we weren't gonna rank up soon. So hold on. Let's see here. Oh, I can't check bond right now. That implies to me that it might not be like a regular thing. Like, it'll give me some support points with it, but it won't be significant. And I don't really need the knowledge. Ryuji could use the knowledge. Does studying with my teammates mean that they're gonna do better during their exams? I don't know. I might just hang out with someone else. So I might just do keep on saving. Oh wow, 55 hours on the dot there.
Oh.
Like, why not, right? We can do that. Because it's a good confidant to do. Oh, it's you? I work Friday and Saturday evening, so you should request. Okay. So that's a good one to be developing during Friday and Saturday.
Bye.
Gotcha. If I end up working out on Friday or Saturday evenings, I'll contact you. Okay. Gotcha. So who do I want to work on in that case? I'm getting my buttons all mixed up. So there's EY. There's, oh yeah. Oh no. I could hang out with Akechi. Is what I could do. So he'd be over around here, right? Would be the case. Because that's not a half bad one. Surely. Wait, I need justice, don't I?
Hey.
Even
What
just
do
yet.
you want to do?
Gosh dang it. It still mixes up your buttons all the time, even after 55 hours. Okay, so I'm not the only one. That's good to hear there. There's gotta be a thing for the Velvet Room around here, right? Okay, yeah, over here. I can just barely see it on the map over there. Alright. Whoa, my goodness, camera. Can you chill, maybe?
Now.
What? Be the movie theater over in Shibuya.
What
Oh, I
will
wasn't
you
paying
do?
attention. What'll it be? I was gonna get a justice thingamabob for Akechi, but if you guys want to go to a movie, I mean...
Oh.
The what? The moving theater? Is this place cursed to wander the land or something? So wait, what did they say? I was skipping through because I thought I was just gonna go into the thing. Time to name the location. Just seeing you do the honors. Let's suppose the place we wish to evaluate for your rehabilitation is one that many young people are sent to visit. Here, one has the opportunity to visit the fancies of humans. We hear there are a variety of fancies available for perusal there. All outside of a palace. How strange. As these fantasies, they are the cognitions of others given form. They'll undoubtedly support your efforts. This location exists, so
Guide me in.
we shall confirm that our intel for ourselves. Lead the way. So it's a new movie, right? So I also get something new here.
Not bad for an inmate.
Oh, well, I guess I don't get the points of that. That was rather enjoyable, inmate. We won't underestimate the human imagination again. You may claim to have enjoyed yourself, but your screams told quite a different story to anyone who could hear. It's no wonder how everyone mistakes us for elementary school students.
Shut up.
Shut up! It was only because of that thing jumping out of my face. You were just as scared, Justine. It certainly was startling. The eyes and nose seemed to stretch right out at me, so we were watching a 3D movie. And it all began the moment I donned those black glasses. Yep. What exactly were those that we wore? A persona. 3D glasses. Oh, so there was some sort of trick to the glasses? But your own glasses are just normal ones, right? Your own attention wasn't wandering while we were caught up in the movie, was it? Why is it that humans even create such large and elaborate fabrications in the first place, though? Isn't the imagining of these things satisfying enough? Even dreaming seems like a superior pastime. Why do humans go so far as to spend their money to witness fictional events? To escape reality. I don't know. Life sucks sometimes. So I wish to avert their eyes from the world they live in. What an unsettling answer. Escape, you say? That sounds rather human as well.
Don't tell me.
You wouldn't happen to be plotting an escape of your own, would you, inmate? No matter how much you might rail against it, you shall remain our inmate. Even the very thought of such a foolish endeavor is pointless for you. Or could that line of thinking be yet another avenue for escaping reality? What a pathetic fantasy. I bet you were thinking of blasting away the cell door, weren't you? Don't even consider such crassness, Caroline. If you were to attempt such a blatant jailbreak, either our master or ourselves would notice immediately. No? And how would you do it, Justine? I would use a spoon to dig a hole through the wall and conceal it with a poster of some distractive image. I wonder what that's a reference to. Honestly, one of the greatest movies I've ever seen. Blowing open the cell door seems more impactful. I used that plan in one of the movie previews, correct? They wielded a bazooka and went about blowing everything up. How do you get that in a prison? Any recaptured escapee is executed on the spot. Freedom or death are the only options for an inmate on the lam. Suspense and excitement are necessary elements of any escape. Did you learn nothing from the movie, Caroline? Or are you simply enjoying yourself?
What?
Shut up. The inmate will settle this for us. Hey, tell us how you tried to escape. Will you blast the door or use a spoon? And that'll play into another advantage of, you know, watching movies, is it can be like this video game where it gives you points and social sets, like it gives you some skills, and I would do the freaking Shawshank Redemption way, though he didn't use a spoon, he technically used a rock hammer. Gotta be specific. Did you hear that, Caroline? Even the inmate knows that a crude plan like yours had no hope of succeeding. Whatever. It's not like you can actually escape either way. There's no harm in allowing yourself to fantasize a little bit every now and then. Indeed, today we learned more about the power of human imagination. No wonder such vile palaces plague humanity. You're hereby free to fantasize, but keep it in check, inmate. Your job is to focus on your rehabilitation. That being said, here's your reward. Fry? Sigh?
Now,
So that's my reward for doing this outing. I believe that will be all for today. It is time to return. I escorted the twins back to the Velvet Room.